Hello everyone, it's me, Dark Ephemera, Dark Arts and Crafts, and this is my ASMR quiet talking channel. And today I'm actually going to be doing some crafts, and just a little something different because I got some new papers in and I thought, why not give it a shot? I have a new camera setup, I have a new stand, I'll put a link to it. I think it's really pretty good. I like it a lot. We'll see how it does. It allows me to have more room of movement because of the way the stand is shaped. And I thought maybe I'd give it a shot to do a little arts and crafts bought at a local show. So there was a book fair that the money went to the local symphony, and a lot of the books were only $1 or $2. There were a lot of interesting books, and I did buy 3 books to read, but I was hunting for books to tear up and to use in whatever way I see fit. So I wanted to have some sheet music. I wanted to have some pages in with foreign languages, with other languages other than English. I wanted to have, I thought about pages with play writing on, just the structure of the text. A lot of different things. Of course, the paper has to be not slick so that it can absorb inks and whatnot. And I'll just give you an idea of some of the books that I found. A lot of these actually touched on 2 things, so it was pretty cool to be able to find a very concise thing. So this first page is from a book that is a play, but it's written in German. I just love the structure of plays. This is more of a list, or I guess it's like an appendices, like footnotes. Relatively small page, but it's a nice smooth paper, not slick. Another book, I'm afraid I don't know what it was, if it was a novel or if it was nonfiction, but it was written in Arabic. Even the numbers are beautiful. That. Everything looks like it's handwritten, but I'm assuming there's a typewriter. And again, pages are relatively small, but they're not slick. This will absorb ink beautifully. I found a book on economics and mathematics, and a goodly chunk of the book were these tables of compound interest. I love numbers and formulas. I found a handbook, I guess, on how to play a game called Myst. And every page had these cool images on it, lists of random things. Again, these are all very small pages, but they can still be used in collaging. And now books that had a larger page, closer to 8.5 by 11. So this one is interesting, super interesting. It was actually a modern book of, I think it was like of glassware. So there were slick color pictures of glassware, but like a third of the book were pages and pages of this, I don't know what, hand-drawn ledger. Tells you how much Like they bought this one for $35 and they sold it for $90. That's a pretty good markup. Of course, it's not really ledger paper. It's more modern. It's very smooth, but it's not like a photograph. It doesn't have that inky feel. So I accidentally tore a couple of pages out. You can see the modern page numbers there compared to the handwritten page number. Accidentally tore a couple of pages out. That's what I have too. There was lots of sheet music, and I got this book that had a lot of handwritten notations on it. Just the way it was shaped is different. It's got that kind of plastic spiral, and usually blank on the other side. So, and then there was a binder full of more traditional sheet music, and a lot of them were from musicals. So this is from South Pacific, Rodgers and Hammerstein. Paper is very nice paper. This one is the only book that was slick, but I'm probably not going to ink it. So this had the 1-2 punch of having beautiful paintings. It was a book of Van Gogh, and so there's a lot of beautiful paintings in it, but the book was written in Japanese, so there's a lot of this text. That's just fantastic. Fortunately, a lot of it is like this, where the text is on one side. So you got like text, picture, text, picture, text, picture. And that's going to make it hard to pick what pictures you can cut up. But otherwise, I got a lot of great Van Gogh pictures, and these would be great backgrounds for collaging. The paper is a little slick. You can see how shiny it is. So I'm not going to try to ink it. I think I'm just going to show you my simplest way of inking paper, and I'm just going to grab a couple. I'm going to get this small page in Arabic, one of these ledgers, and this sheet music, this one. I don't have enough room for all of those, but we'll see. Yeah, just enough room. Maybe I'll get another small piece. How about this lovely? There, enough to fit here. I think enough to all fit here. So, I have a vast array of Tim Holtz distress inks in liquid form in the spray bottle, or you can use the really concentrated ink pad re-inker, but always remember those are super concentrated. And I have a wide range of colors. I don't have everyone. I picked a lot of the colors that I like: browns, greens, purples, some blues. Every now and then I buy the new color. So I do have something like saltwater taffy. There's a new one coming out in a couple of weeks, actually. I don't know when this video is coming out. Probably around the same time that this video is coming out. But the point is that I have a lot of colors. But whenever I do a project, I like to pick 2 colors from the regular distress ink and a 3rd color from his mica collection. So there were 6 colors that came out in Halloween of 2021 and 6 colors that came out for Christmas of 2021. So I got all of those in mica form. So let's look see what colors I chose. Okay. So I already pre-chose this. I'm going to use using peeled paint, and this is a liquid in a spray bottle. This is a green, and then I'm going to be using a brown vintage photo. The one brown that I usually use 90% of the time is tea dye, and I'm almost out of that. Also, it's a little lighter, so I think I'll use these. And then I want a mica color to kind of go with those. So let's look in the box. So I have a whole box here. And to help me, I sprayed swatches. I think this is like watercolor paper. And I don't usually go that empty too. That's nice. I don't usually go too far afield. Like I'm not going to throw in a purple. I think peppermint stick. Winterberry. Just by the names you can tell which ones were the Christmas ones and which ones were the Halloween ones. Jack-o'-lantern. Flickering Candle's one of my favorites. And Holly Branch. So I think I'm going to go with Frosted Juniper because it's a green and a brown. And I think it'll complement both of those colors. I always keep my micas flat so that the ink will, the mica will settle on the side. I don't know if you can see that on any of these. And that helps. It helps in shaking it up. I also have silver and bronze from when so from his earliest mica stains. Tree Lot. Why can't I see it? Crooked broomstick. There's that peppermint stick. Way on the bottom it was. So if you keep it on its side, the mica will settle like that, and it helps, makes it easier to shake. Oops. The only other thing you need is a bottle of water, spray bottle from the dollar store. I start with my glass area. I'm going to try not to get on this part. It'll just be all here. And I will use field paint. And vintage photo. Push it around with some water. Very water soluble. Get it to mix a little bit. And then I just do a real quick dip. So some people feel compelled to dye the whole thing. I don't. I think when something is stained in real life, maybe only a part of it gets stained. So you know what? This is a little different than what I normally do, but I'm going to pause the video and wait for this to dry. But you kind of get the idea. I know you're wondering, when's the mica coming in? Usually I do that after it dries. But you know what? I'm going to give it a little something. This is just a highlight. And again, it's a little hard to... Sometimes you can make solid dots. Sometimes, yeah, it depends on the sprayer. You should always clean that. I got frosted juniper on my thumb. So, depends on how well you can control it. It might be some solid dots like this. And if it's too much, just a little water will break it up. A little water will break it up. Pretty good. Anyway, I'll come back in a few minutes and we'll do the other side. Okay, well, I didn't really give it a chance to dry. I apologize for that. I flipped them over, lost a lot of the detail. There's a lot of ink and stuff on this side, so I just kept flipping it. Here's the original front. I'm just going to see if I can't pick something up here. Oh, look. This one has a lot. Little dots. This is pretty good. Okay, and then another tiny squirt of mica just to keep it the same on the front and on the back, because I don't know which side I'm going to use. And I think that's, I don't want to do that. I want to leave the dots. I really like those hard dots, so I'm not going to do it. Sometimes less is more. When I watch other people do crafting videos, sometimes I just say, just walk away. You've done too much already. Some people like to just keep going, and that's creative, I guess, but I know that when I first learned how to ink papers from Tim Holtz, he would cover the entire surface. He did not want to see one white shred left. And I'm not that way. I feel like the way things stain in real life has a very distinctive quality to it. And see, the dots just kind of blurred away. I'm not going to flip this because I don't want to disturb those dots. It really doesn't take that much more than that. I usually do these videos straightforward, but right now I think I might just end this because we're already almost at the 20-minute mark. And you get an idea of how to stain papers. And then I use these in the journals that I make and the journal that I use myself, the journal that I write in. I love staining papers. Sometimes I do a whole production if I've got a lot of stuff. I do have a stack of books, all beautiful pages like this. I could just do this math book forever because I just love numbers and columns and stuff. This is like great. These beautiful stuff here. Everything is beautiful, whatever the heck this is. Chart, this ledger of pottery, I guess. Anyway, I got some stuff on my fingers, but that's okay. I like getting messy in here. So that's it for my latest things that I got. Staining some papers, very simple. Maybe some other time I'll show you some other things that I do, my journaling, things that I make. But mostly, I like collecting Godzilla. I like showing those. So whatever it is you like to watch, I'm just glad that you're here. And I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Dark Ephemera, Dark Arts and Crafts, signing out.